Alright, and let's go and get started. Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel where today we're going to be checking out some more Soulstone survivors and looking at making another build for one of the characters. And recently I was going through the list of characters that we have not yet played, and the one that I settled on is the Houndmaster. And I like to do something kind of creative. I don't know, technically this is going to be a super strong build. I hope it is. So that being said, if you like this sort of content, you want to see more videos like this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think of this build. So anyways, the thought I had going in my head was that he is in fact a Houndmaster, right? And he does in fact get the dog as his companion, and then also in his skill tree he has this one thing called the Hound's Feast. The Houndmaster may not collect food from defeated enemies, but it's going to be used to feed the hounds, healing them and making them well fed, which grants major improvements based on how well they're fed. I also have my skill tree basically maxed out on all the well fed buffs altogether, so our hounds should be doing a lot of damage. We even get increased damage based for our companions. I believe companions might actually also take into consideration other summons that might be considered companions too. So we're going to try it out. I want to see how it works. My idea is to make a toxic Houndmaster. I want this guy to be completely poison themed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working with the toxic cannon. I currently have it upgraded to +5. The +5 toxic cannon right here gives us increased maximum health, increased crit damage, and increased multicast chance, which is going to be pretty good. As far as skills, what I'm going to try to do is, I don't know if I'm going to be keeping pesticide blast necessarily, but we'll see. But then I'm also going to be going with Threshing Blast, which gives us stacks of ammunition, which also increases our cast chance based on the amount of ammunition that we have out there. The more multicast we have, the more times we're going to be able to stack the ammunition, and we're going to be dealing damage based on the amount of poison that we're going to be doing. As far as skills go, other than that, what I'm really going to be focusing on is getting Pestilence, which does damage based on the amount of poison stacks, and also, you know, the poison jumps. I'm also going to go with a Poison Puddle that is going to apply Debilitate, as well as Poison as well. On top of that, there's two skills that we're going to be working with that aren't on this list right here. Normally, I would go with Poison Cloud because it is also a thing, but again, I like this idea of a poison-themed Houndmaster. And it just so happens that we have another skill in our list, or not in this skill list, but another skill in the overall skill list that might fit that theme, and that is Putrid Hound, right? And Putrid Hound does a lot of damage. I also took Plague Rats because they are poison based, and maybe we have something for our poison hounds to go hunt. And as you know, the poison rats, when they explode, they also apply weakness, making it so that we deal more damage to the enemies. So that's what we're going to be working with today. If you like the sort of build and all the sort of jazz, stay tuned. We're going to be more build videos like this. Also, for my runes versatility, I took Weapon Master, Skill Master Nature with the Putrid Hound and Plague Rats, and Reroll Mastery. We didn't take Material Harvest. That's okay. You can swap this out if you want. I just wanted more rerolls. As far as Tenacity, I'm going with Poison theme stuff. So we're Dash Mastery. Death Touch, which says whenever an enemy dies, there's a 20% chance it will explode and cause more poison. Then we have Extra Help for increased summon and Multicast Mastery as well. That being said, we're going to jump in here. We're going to go ahead and do Scorching Valley as we normally do. I want to go ahead and make sure that we are at all level 62 of the Curse Intensity. And let's jump into it. So I really do kind of hope this performs well. I think it will. The big thing is we got to make sure that we keep our doggies well fed. I think that shouldn't really be a problem. Although right now I'm not really seeing any flanks of meat right now. So hopefully that starts applying up ever so slightly. Oh, there goes one right over there. And as you get these flanks of meat, essentially, you're going to be empowering your doggies. And empowered doggies are the best doggies, as we all know. That's the saying, right? That's the thing that people say, maybe? I don't know. Got another flank. Oh, did we not pick it up? Oh, it ran. The other one ran out. So they definitely do have a cooldown in time. I thought maybe it was one that, like, stacks, and after you've gotten all the stacks, they fall off. But no, that's not the case here. I do like the fact that these, I believe it's the Poison Cannon, our base skills actually, shooting out that, basically, toxic flamethrower. Let's go ahead and grab a couple of skills here. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll. We'll get Magnetic. And then I'm going to go ahead and start banishing everything. Oh, we got Plague Rats. That's awesome. Relentless, Magnetic again. Start banishing stuff until we find something we want. We're not taking Poison Cloud, although that Poison Cloud is a good skill. If you decide not to take the Plague Rats, it definitely will be good for you. And it looks like we have the 2 summons that we added onto our list already, which is going to be really good because they're going to target these elites that just came out. Alright, and it looks like we are at full meets already, so that's pretty nice. All things considered, we're absolutely demolishing enemies right now. We just got to make sure to maintain the full meat stacks. We're going to increase damage, and then I'm going to go ahead and start looking to see if we can get the other 2 skills. Hopefully. There's Pestilence. And then I believe there's one more. We're going to go ahead and increase the damage applied of every poison. That's fine. Relentless is fine. Don't think Poison Rain's the one. But worst case scenario, we'll take something until we get the skill that we want. I'm going to take Surprise Gift just for the moment. Let's take some Agility. Why not? Damage increase, sure. And then we'll just go ahead and work on getting some stuff that we know will help us definitively. And our doggies are fairly well fed. And because they are, because we do have the Putrid Hounds, they will actually target the Void Lords on their own recognizance. Ooh, and we got like a legendary haunch of meat there. And they're going down. There they go. And that was easy peasy. We really didn't have any problems there. And the quality of meat that's dropping is also pretty high as well, so that's good. We want to make sure that poison applies much faster. Multicast, that's fine. Poison Puddle, there's the one we want. To apply that Debilitate. Attack speed will be good. We'll get some more health. And now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and just start working on anything that's going to increase the area of our poisons. That'll be fine. And then multicast obviously will be a good one to have. And as you can see, like even when the hounds aren't like right here with us, because they're melee units, so they're gonna wander away from me. They won't be with me permanently, but they'll come to us when we need them, especially when we have things like these elites hanging around with us. You see, they absolutely demolish those guys right there. And I gotta say, so far I'm having high hopes for this build. The only thing that can make the hounds even better is if we manage to get ourselves a hands on an ability that increases the amount of hounds that we have out at any given time. Go ahead and work our way over to that shield tower. I also feel pretty slow, so I am probably going to end up looking for agility whenever we can. Now we need to make sure to get this Hound's Feast up. Damage increase. Increased damage. I could have probably taken the, the magnetic there. Because magnetic, of course, always, there's never a bad time to take magnetic. Unless you're just, like, surrounded by a whole bunch of, legendary options. And I'm just going to circle around the outside doing what we're doing here. Our hounds are already doing the work. I can tell because I can see Alexi's health going down dramatically. Tegro is next. Yeah, the more hounds we can luckily get, the more fortunate we're going to be. There they go. And of course, even if they're not being hit directly, they are still getting a bit of damage done to them just because of the fact that they are getting hit by the pestilence. Let's see, good. Area effect is always nice. We'll do powerful strikes. It is the blue option. We'll take some lethality. Debilitating, I am never going to turn down the ability to apply more Doom. Or Doom, period. Because just Doom is so strong, and with the amount of poison that's being inflicted on enemies, that Doom should tick up pretty fast. Like, I'm watching that guy there, and like, as soon as he gets to about, I don't know, 40% of his own health bar, we can see that the Doom is already pretty much half of its health. And it seems to me that, like, honestly, we don't ever have a problem with staying at full fed doggies. And of course, they're getting that major bonus from being well fed. Damage, movement, all that sort of jazz. I don't know if the quality of meat is just more or less a, I don't know if the quality of meat, gives them a bigger bonus, or if it just fills in, like, extra spots. But we are going to go with more agility. I want to be more agile with this. Alright, here are Void Lords. Make sure to stay out of that. Stay away from what was it, Alfred doing his little whirly whirl. We got a shield tower, but honestly, the shield tower isn't going to stop because of the poison stacks. The poison stacks is the concern, is the majority of the damage, and it's being applied by everything in our kit. So even if it's a little bit slower, I doubt it's going to be stopping us that much. Where's Alexia? There he goes. And now we'll head over to that tower. We did take a bit of damage there. It's mostly because I centered myself around some trees there, and they didn't move. Also, I didn't want them to move, because that was going to take time that I really didn't want to have to waste. So I took the damage instead. I can't wait to see how they'll use ancient power for the Houndmaster, honestly. I wonder if it'll change the dogs. Because that'd be pretty cool. Like, you could change them into some like bigger dogs, like Saint Bernards. I'm trying to think of the Cane Corsos. That'd be pretty cool. Like really vicious Cujo type dogs. All right, and it looks like we managed to get enough health crystals around the map that we are now back at full health, so that's awesome. Multicast and Poison Puddle is always great. We'll do Powerful Strikes, Area Effect, increased damage of the rats. The rats, honestly, that is probably not the best move, because honestly, we don't care about the damage of the rats. We care more about how many rats are summoned. Because we really only want them for the weakness modifier, and I don't believe increasing the damage on them increases the weakness modifier. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me if I am. But now all of our Doom stacks, or now all our Poison stacks, also apply Doom, not just from certain skills, so that's good. Not just from Poison, like literally anything that hits. So that should help maximize the amount of damage going out. Gammoth is going down real fast. And unfortunately, we got unlucky enough to get another shield tower over there. But lucky for us, Alexi is just eating it. Although he is going down much slower. There he goes. So that's 16 of the 20 lords down at 7 minutes 27 seconds. I think we're making pretty decent time. And now all we'll do is just we'll clean up until the last set of lords come out. Let's see what we have. Death and Decay. I am taking any and all opportunities to essentially get whatchamacallit, the Hound's damage and frequency increased. Not damage and frequency. It's a damage and they also get like crit chance and crit multipliers and stuff like that. You gotta watch out from over there. It seems to be some tornadoes of poison on their own, caused by something else entirely. Also, a whole bunch of red spots on the ground make it harder to see when I have poison everywhere. So I kind of want to dance a little around a bit more than I was. I am enjoying the pestilence spreading all the poison about. We'll go ahead and take out this mortar cannon. It is gone. And we're about 200 enemies away from our next set of lords. Luckily, we can just kind of waltz around, and the poison will just track behind us. Again, not the fastest build in the world, but I feel like this is also a pretty safe build. And I do like the theme, right? Alright, here's our last set of lords, and of course, getting unlucky again with the shield tower, but I think because we're right here, we're going to be able to negate that shield tower effect pretty quickly. Let's go get Relentless. I'll do Expansive and Magnetic. Always a good option. Why is he moving so fast? Alfred is like trucking it with that. Maybe because he knew his time was nigh. Tiagro and Colometh are the only ones up on the field now, so that's good. And then they all go. So 9 minutes, 40 seconds. A little bit on the slower end, but still a fairly feasible build. We'll go ahead and head into Overlord 1 and see, you know, because usually you don't really run into your full power until you start getting to Overlord 1 and beyond. Or at least that's how I feel about it. We're going to do multicast. I haven't really been checking to see if we've been getting a full benefit from ammunition at all. You could definitely do like an ammunition build if you want. Again, ammunition as it builds up gets you more multi hit chance. Oh, there's a lot of poison on the ground that I need to be wary of. That's not mine. I can see the vague outlines of all the poison circles on the ground. Alright, let's get it over here. Luckily for us, we did actually also manage to get full fed on our dog food here. Go ahead and also get some increases here. Movement speed of hounds. We'll go ahead and go for some health. We haven't been health in a while. Magnetic. These doggies move fast. Oh, and of course, we've been really unlucky with the shield towers today. Like, I feel like we've gotten more shield towers than we've gotten like normal damage towers. Alright. And Tiagro down. There we go. First set of lords down. Collect all the XP. Make sure we keep fed up on our meats. It also does look like, from what I can tell, that as long as you're fed up on meats, it delays the decay timer on your meats, at least for a time. Because I'm noticing that my meat counter isn't decaying at all, honestly. So maybe that's the benefit of having better quality meats. We'll go and get the agility because it's always good. Me and my doggies, we move fast. And that is good. The more movement speed we have, the better I feel. I don't have to use dash as so much of a panic button. Alright. Next set of lords up. Ooh, whenever you play Doom, a portion of the total damage is caused instantly in addition to normal effects. Always fantastic. Lethality. Increase the damage of the Doom. Multicast. Yeah, we really haven't gotten a lot of multicast options. But it's a-okay. The important thing is that we still have ways to apply it, and we've been getting like a skill-specific multicast, not like the general multicast. Unfortunately, we haven't got any like increases to the amount of summons we have. That is probably the saddest bit of this so far. I was really hoping that we would see increased quantity for at least Putrid Hounds. And the shield tower coming up just in time for it to not have any effect whatsoever is my favorite bit. Let's see. I'm going to take that. I don't think Vicious Strikes necessarily does this build that good of justice, but we'll take it because any extra is, you know, good. But because of the fact of how frequently we're hitting the enemies, I feel like the frequent hits might not do a lot of upfront damage. I feel like that would be more like if an enemy got hit by a character who had, like, body slam and a lot of armor or something. 4 more elites left before we get our lords on the field. Now, the one thing I don't know is how the hounds, like your trait, how they react to lords and elites. Do they by default have cunning themselves, or is that a trait that's only given to things like Putrid Hounds? Let's go ahead and crit chance of the hounds. That's nice. Let's see. Increased damage of Putrid Hounds. Increased damage of Putrid Hounds. We're going to lock this. Take this. Take this. Frequency of those. Getting the extra damage on the Putrid Hounds is 100% a great thing, because Putrid Hounds will, in fact, do a crap ton of damage on their own. Colonith almost down, and then Alexis will be last. I'm sure that, like, our default skill probably isn't the strongest. I could probably swap that out for something. I'm going to go ahead and say, man, that shield tower went up and then it went down fast. I'm going to go ahead and say probably the skill that's probably going to lack the most outside of Plague Rat's, like, upfront damage is the first skill. What's the first skill called again? It's called, I'm going to assume that Pesticide Burst isn't inherently super strong. That's probably going to be, for me, if I had to think, and I'm just seeing the amount of stuff going out, I'm going to assume that's probably going to be low in the totem pole for damage, and that might be a contender for swapping out for skills, but we'll see. The good thing is the other skill that we got up, the weapon, that does increase damage based on the amount of poison stacks. So I'm hoping that actually shows up to be the clear outstanding skill outside of Putrid Hounds. And if Putrid Hounds isn't first place, I'm going to be deeply surprised. Surprise Pikachu faces all around. Let's just take out Gammoth, please. There we go. Didn't have enough focus on him. That's kind of unfortunate. Let's go ahead and take some stuff here. Multicast the puddle. Damage increase. Increased damage. Frequency. Yeah, frequency is actually probably a better one. Merciless. Always want to take the corrosive, just because of course we are. Oh, there we go. There's an increased quantity, and there's an increased quantity. It's coming so late in the game, but it's better than never. I do see the debilitate on quite a few enemies, so at least I know the rats are doing their job. Good, taking that shield tower. I think it was demolished. That's my favorite sign of like how well things are going. If you can demolish the towers in just a small amount of time, that gives you a good basis on whether or not you are up to the task of continuing on. Or like me, if you're failing behind, it usually means you have a stockpile of skill points that you haven't spent yet. But I've been better about it. I've been trying to hold on to no more than 10 skill points before I start spending them. There's just something good, or feels good, about spending so many skill points at one time compared to, you know, spending them one at a time. One at a time just feels kind of annoying because of, and you know, the rate at which you level up in the beginning is so tremendously slow, or so tremendously fast, that you're going to be pausing like every 2 seconds at the beginning to just spend the skill points. All right. Oh, and that was everything. Ah, that was all 20 lords. Okay, so at 17 minutes 56 seconds, definitely not the fastest, definitely not the slowest, but definitely a fun build, very thematic, and then I like that. So again, yeah, Putrid Hounds, of course, doing exactly what I thought it was going to do, which was top damage by like almost 600 million DPS, 645 million DPS, more than the second skill trailing behind, which is Poison Puddle. Poison Puddle being the one that does the debilitate. Then we have Pesticide Blast. Wow, that was actually the third most powerful skill. And then we had Threshing Blast. Threshing Blast was after. Wow, okay. So Threshing Blast was actually the one that performed the worst, which is surprising because I figured it would do more damage based off of the amount of stacks. I figured that was just going to outperform the main skill by far. That is very surprising to me. Of course, Death Touch. I believe Death Touch is from the Doom. I could be wrong. I don't know what Death Touch comes from. Let's look at the details because I'm kind of wondering. Death Touch. Well, I see the thingy there. The dog bites did some damage. Okay, so it wasn't Doom because that's off easily Fateful Strike. So what is Death Touch? I am so confused about what that is. Whatever what did it applied by 13.2k hits. What is I don't see Death Touch. I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh well. All right. Well, let's go back to the main menu, and that way I can walk you through what we chose again. Of course, this is gonna be the Toxic Houndmaster. We use the Toxic Cannon +5. For skill-wise, we actually chose to go with the main weapon skills: Pesticide Burst, Threshing Blast, and then I took with it Pestilence and Poison Puddle for the debilitate, and then we took Plague Rats for the weakness, as well as Poison Hounds is our core damaging skill. As far as runes, for our versatility runes, we took Weapon Expert, Skill Mastery Nature, so you get the Plague Rats and the Putrid Hound, as well as Reroll Mastery, so we could reroll whenever we wanted to. And for our Tenacity runes, we went Dash Mastery, Death Touch for the explosion on extra poison, the extra help for the increased companions and that are summoned, as well as the Multicast Mastery. So again, if you like this sort of build, you want to see more content like this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think of the build, if you like these sort of ideas, or if you have a build or a unique build you want other people to see, you can tell me about it, and I'll go ahead and give it a shot. That being said, you guys take care, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Later.